Day Dawns ARKS. Welcome everyone to your weekly Phantasy Star podcast recorded live on May 1st, 2021. I am one of your hosts, PrinceBrightstar, and with me is Zance. Go ahead and say hello.
Oh, hey, I'm back. Hi, how's it going?
Yep. So, of course, Zance couldn't be with us, about a week and a half ago for when the third prologue happened, but they're back today.
Hello, how's it going?
So yeah, we got a bit of news here on the new Genesis front. Of course, PSO2 Global got a major update this week. Idola has its 2.5 year anniversary happening on the Japanese side. And then, of course, we got some details from Clementine as well. Some activity happening over there very soon.
Mm-hmm. But something that I want to mention here real quick. So, I got another job offer coming up soon and doing a technical interview for that. So I decided, you know what? I really wanted to do something involving MySQL. And I saw that even though it's outdated, there's the Tethella server thing for PSO Blue Burst. So I decided to set one up for myself. And I actually got it to work.
Nice.
Yep, it took about 2 hours-ish in order to actually get it effectively going. But now I was able to log in on my own server. Doesn't have any of the cool stuff that Affinia has, but I don't care. I have my own server.
That's pretty cool. It's basically the same thing I did when I set up the private server I use for the series I've been... Well, it's kind of on hold, but I'm hoping to get back to that eventually, the series I do on this channel. Although I did the .dat version instead of the SQL version.
Yeah. And other than that, I also got PSO GameCube. I was able to win a bid on eBay for the original episode 1 and 2. And I sent you a screenshot if you want to show that on stream.
Yeah, give me 1 second while I get that loaded up again here.
Okay. Basically, it's my luck. My luck is dumb.
Here we go.
Because the best way to put it. Yeah, so right there, Booma's right arm. On normal difficulty, which is what I was on there, that is a 1 in 8,640 chance.
Yeah, that's like, what was this? Like your second or third quest here?
Second. I just did a normal field and just went through Forest 1 and 2 and killed Dragon as my first thing. And then I decided, all right, I'll start doing the side quest. And then Booma's right arm drops.
Yep. And now you've got to go through the rest of those quests so you can get to Dr. Montague so he can transform the weapon.
Yeah. I'm going to plan on going through all the quests so I can get Soul Banish.
Yeah, it's congratulations on getting the drop there.
I know. Why is my luck like this? I try so many runs to get Lame de Argent on Blue Burst and never get it, and then I get this this early on. Anyway, I also been doing a all rares run over on my Twitch page if you want to follow that.
And how's that hunt going?
I'm at 38 rares now, I think.
Nice.
Yep. Currently, Phantasy Star is on a hiatus with his run, so I'm picking up the pace with my own. But I did take a break just so I can focus on making sure that I am fully ready for my interview on Tuesday.
Gotcha. Good luck with that.
Thank you. Thank you. What's been up with you so far?
This week for me has been pretty quiet. Outside of course, the prologue a week and a half ago. I did actually put together a script, and I'm in the process of editing a video, which is going to be covering some of the other mysteries that are still sort of remaining from New Genesis, leading into the release. We got a good bit of information from Prologue 3, which kind of changes how I'm looking at some stuff, including possibly where that boat came from. But Sega also, and I'm just going to go ahead and come out with this right now here, because frankly, I think either Sega did this intentionally, or they or this is just a mistake that Sega needs to fix. And if you don't want what I expect is going to be a story spoiler, go ahead and close your ears for like 15 seconds here. But the new character Manon, if you look at the in-game model, their eyes are green. If you look at the starter package, their eyes are blue, which means we might have another Reese Harriet situation on our hand here, and that explains why they can remember things from their past. So I'll be bringing that up in that video along with some other stuff. But yeah, this is I'm hoping to get this video out before the next closed beta starts here. Which, let's be frank at this point, after what happened when players just flooded the servers and couldn't get signed up after that, I don't think this is a closed beta anymore. I think this is an open stress test beta at this point.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I haven't heard of anybody saying they couldn't get into it after they fixed the issue.
It might end up being a stress test. Who knows? We'll see.
Yep. But yeah, why don't we go ahead and jump into this week's topics here, starting with the results from the second closed beta test here. We got some survey results here. This has been translated by the bump.org website. And the first thing we have here is the class level ratio. So 9% of players reached level 15, 41% of players surpassed level 10, and 50% of players were under level 10. Which, to me, is kind of surprising. Because when I went through the new Genesis closed beta test number 2, I was able to hit like level 8 or level 9 within like the first hour or so.
Well, there are some people, whenever they do these kind of tests, they didn't want to do the combat, just wanted to either explore around or chat with people or just mess with the character creation.
That's true. That is true. So that might explain part of it. Let's see. After that, we've got battle power. So 26% of players had a total battle power of over 1050. 26% of players had a total battle power of over 950. And then 48% of players had a total battle power of less than 950. And 950 was important because that got you into the emergency quest that popped up.
And that's one thing I'm really interested to look at whenever the beta test happens in 2 weeks, by the way. Let's go. I'm curious about that battle power thing and how it increases and how important having those battle power is. I'm guessing it's kind of similar to how combat power is in a lot of gacha games. Maybe something like that.
That, or I think in the past I've likened it to things like item level in other MMOs, like the minimum level of item gear that you need to be able to get into certain content.
Because it does help mitigate people coming in at a really high level, but with terrible equipment.
Right, exactly. In terms of class popularity, Hunter was 26%. No surprise there. Everybody defaulted to that.
No surprise with Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
No surprise.
Gunner was in second place at 19%. Fighter was at third.
I'm more surprised by. Gunner was more popular than Ranger.
That is true. Yep. You had Fighter in third place, Ranger in fourth place, Forces fifth place, and Tector in the last slot.
Which is not surprising with those two, but I'm curious of why Gunner was more popular than Ranger.
I don't know. Maybe it was because I remember seeing a lot of streamers using Gunner as well. So it's possible other players may have just latched onto the idea of using Gunner in that way. Let's see. After that, we then have the number of days played. So 23% played for 1 day, 36% played for 2 days, and 41% played for 3 days. No big surprises there.
Yep.
And then we get into these charts here. So let me actually see if I can zoom this in a little bit here. Here we go. So character creation. So, character models they're looking to be about, what would that be, about 71% either good or very good. Same for character creation freedom. I'm still looking for Sega to make it so that you can change the inside of the mouth as well as the tongue, change the color of it.
And the usability had a bit more bad on there.
Yeah.
And a lot of average. What does it mean by the usability?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's just how to figure out where to go to change different aspects of it. There have been complaints regarding changes to the interface, but Sega would like to ensure players that it was necessary to make creating characters for both PSO2 and New Genesis an easier endeavor. Okay, so it's possible then that some of this stuff may still be required as it is in order to maintain compatibility with PSO2.
Which, yeah, it's kind of a shame on that part, but it's understandable.
Yep. Then we have the in-game interface. So a lot of average for most of this here. The one that seems to be kind of bad in this particular situation is the mini-map comprehension. And I will sort of agree on that one. I noticed that I had to kind of pull up the bigger map on a regular basis there to even figure out where I was going. So the planned countermeasures regarding the storage menu will likely be delayed following confirmation of them impacting other aspects of the interface. Adjustments to other UI elements are being molded and will be implemented post-launch. Previously announced font changes will be applied by launch. But yeah, so it looks like at least the main menu usability was the one that was sort of at the upper echelon here, but still, that's a lot of average in there. But at least they kept the bad and very bad down.
Yeah. But when it comes to the font changes, I'm guessing that's mostly just aimed towards the Japanese font. I wonder how the English font is going to be looking.
Oh, we have that actually.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, that's actually looking pretty clean. Let's move on to the next one, and I'll show you that in a moment here.
Okay.
Why don't you go ahead and take this, Sans?
In-game graphics, that's a lot of good. So it's highly favored, but the team is looking into implementing settings to address concerns about the brightness of some effects, which makes sense. Things being too bright makes it too hard to see and understand what's going on. But yeah, overall, it is overwhelmingly positive, it looks like.
So, if I bring this up here real quick, and try to zoom this in.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard to see it on this one, but it does look a bit cleaner than the one that we've got in PSO2 right now.
Oh yeah, that is very clean.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to having that font in game. Oops, that's not the tab I want. Okay, so after that we've got the class evaluations. So for Hunter, Photon Arts are looking pretty good. The class skills, though, are only at 50%, and I believe the reason for that is Hunter seemed to be the only class that was considered to be workable as a subclass. None of the other classes allowed that.
Oh boy. So pretty much how Hunter is in PSO2.
Kinda, yeah. Players were at least satisfied with the weapon action and the usability, though. Moving down to Fighter. Picture's actually pretty the same here, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Although class skills is slightly higher. Yeah, I'm noticing some stuff that are slightly higher compared to Hunter. And then Ranger, pretty much dead average with most of it.
Yeah, usability is a little bit worse.
Mm-hmm. That's at a solid 40% or 60% overall positive.
Mm-hmm.
Gunner, it's all hovering around the 50% positive mark. With the photon arts being above 60.
Yeah, it's interesting considering how many players were using Gunner that it ended up like that. And then you got Force, which, yeah, players are not happy with that as much as they are with the other classes. That's for certain.
Yeah, I can tell that. Photon arts is the only one that is above 50%. All the others are below 50. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can speak.
And if anything, Tekker did a little bit better than Force did.
Yeah, that's interesting, because when it comes to photon arts on Force, that had more bad compared to Tekker here.
Yep.
Or Tekker.
So, players appear pleased with the adjustment to sword cancellation timing, but some would like it to be identical to that of PSO2. The team is going to focus on improving cancel timing for other weapon types before considering further changes. Additional concerns were voiced regarding the power and balance of techniques, which will be addressed for launch.
Alright.
And then up next we have the exploration section and battle section. So, nobody was really happy here with the enemy frequency and gathering material item container frequency.
Yeah, that was really low. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Like, especially for the gathering material, that is over 50% negative.
Yeah.
Like, a few and very few.
Mm-hmm. But
just
at least
the spawning of mineral deposits for this test have not been received well, with many players reporting dissatisfaction with the amount. The team believes that the current frequency is appropriate for the incremental rate at which they intend limit breaks and unlocking potential to occur. So it's probably not going to be changing that much.
Agreed. Yeah, I think the idea here is they want to do some gating on player power progression.
Which makes sense. Gets the people playing longer. And also makes me money. If I can sell the stuff, obviously.
Mm-hmm. But players at least were happy with the map design, it looks like.
Oh, that's good. And yeah, the maps look really nice.
Yep. And we got the towers, cocoons, and trials. So the ease of finding tower and cocoon. Some players are still not exactly happy with that.
Yep, it's mostly average.
Yep.
Same with the tower difficulty and cocoon difficulty. It is overwhelmingly just right.
Yep. And strategy and enjoyment of the tower cocoon is... that one at least reached 50% there. And then the ease of understanding trials, that's got another chunk of average in there, but at least 40% positive on that. So the tower, cocoon, and trials seem to be appropriately balanced for first-timers, given the lack of change from the response of the first beta test. However, the team received negative feedback concerning the monotony of the towers and the difficulty in understanding the target enemies and spawning locations with trials. They will advance the development of trials, towers, and cocoons based on the feedback they received while observing the current gameplay status from after the game launches.
Alright.
Yep, and I'm sure some of that is plot-based, in terms of what's going on there. But to see them say something like this tells me that they might have cocoons or towers that don't necessarily conform to the same blue-colored with hexagon theme inside of there, so that might be, as I said a while back, the way for them to introduce content from other games in the Phantasy Star series, like a return back to Regol or something like that.
Or to the Grawl system. But one thing that I'm interested to see is how the American people are going to be responding to some of these things. Because we're already seeing how the Japanese players are responding. And when it comes to the gameplay, or when it comes to the two different audiences, they expect a different kind of gameplay.
Yep. So we'll see how things end up with that. Some of these numbers could shift quite in a different direction here. We also have emergency quests, so matchmaking looks like that reached about 20% positivity, with a good chunk of that being average. Some players thought it was pretty bad, though, and from what I understand, players that were trying to enter the same area together through the different zones, even if they were in a party and on the same ship, they were having or rather on the same block, they were having trouble sticking together. And then the emergency quest difficulty is just overwhelmingly average. Oh, and actually, they do say here, measures will be taken to ensure that the matchmaking issues encountered in the beta do not occur in the official release. A new emergency quest is in the works based on the positive feedback to the current difficulty level.
All right. And I'm hoping that a lot of these issues are fixed during this closed beta test coming up here.
Hopefully so.
All right, so the new additions for NGS. We got the Feeling of Photon Glide, which is pretty good. Not a few people saying bad. The Photon Dash is getting a lot of positive reaction to that. Multi-weapon seems a bit more on the average side, but still generally positive. The mag sonar there, the comprehension, that's the one that has a lot of bad.
Yeah, we saw the same thing with the last closed beta test as well.
People still not fully understanding how the mag sonars work?
I guess so. The team is taking concerns about the slow movement speed of photon gliding into careful consideration. Making adjustments to movement speed might make it difficult to maintain the current game speed. Therefore, they will carefully assess the situation as the game progresses. And I think when they say game speed, I think they're talking more about how the player moves around the map and how they move into combat and out of combat and things like that.
Yeah, the speed of your character.
And then there was about 40% positivity on communication features.
Yeah, there's really not that much to improve on with communication stuff.
Right. And then, lastly, we have the general evaluation here. So, 1% of players don't wish to play the game any longer.
I feel sorry for that 1%.
Yeah. 24% of players are willing to play if the quality of the game improves, and 75% of players want to play. So while the majority of the player base is excited for the June release of New Genesis, there was a 5% drop from the results of the first closed beta test. The team is working hard on addressing player feedback and will continue to improve the game as much as they can before and after launch. So,
can I just say something else about these closed beta tests? I'm glad that more developers are doing this.
Yeah.
Because it allows, allowing for player feedback is very important, and it's something that is also a good indication of whether you should actually spend your money on a game. Battle in Wonderland.
Yeah, having playtest sessions at just cons and E3 and such, especially once those start to open up again, that really isn't enough these days. You need to get as much player feedback as you can, so that if you're headed in the wrong direction, you can correct before you go golden on your release.
Yeah, exactly. And even though, since the Xbox era or the 360 era, with being able to do game updates on consoles, whenever you go gold, first impression is everything.
Yep, especially to those players that just don't have access to an internet connection on a regular basis and have to go without that day one patch.
So yeah, I'm glad that they're fixing a lot of these issues, because I remember seeing from the closed beta test 1 reactions, there were a lot of more negatives than I see with this one.
Yep, definitely. So we'll see how Global likes it as well, or doesn't like it, I guess.
I hope they like it. I hope I like it. I'm going into this hoping that I like it.
Same here. I'll be interested to see what's changed since the last one.
I might be streaming it myself. I don't know. Probably just for the beginning part of it. I already plan on streaming on that Friday anyway. So I know you'll be also be streaming, so you can watch either one of us for this.
Yep.
I don't know exactly what class I'll go with. I might go with Gunner. But we'll see.
Yep.
And I know you're doing Hunter.
I'm doing Hunter, but I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do as my subclass. I may go for a Gunner Hunter, potentially. But I would just stick to the multi-class weapon and just use sword the whole time.
Okay.
That's one of the freedoms that the new system gives you. All right, so that takes care of the closed beta test number 2 survey results. Let's move on to global here now for PSO2. There was a server maintenance earlier this week, came back up, no issues or delays as far as I'm aware. And with that, we have a whole bunch of stuff that's new. So there's the new challenge quest and more. There's a new AC Scratch Lethal Designs 2. We have Mission Pass Season 16, as well as a new campaign, Part 2 of the ARKS Appreciation Event. So let's jump into some of those details here. So, everything that was new here, you got the flower viewing lobby, which you can see here. The new challenge quest, Mission Violent Tremor. You have new items at the Challenge Mile Exchange Shop. You got new seasonal enemies, the Elif Rappy and the Cherry Blossom Niao. New swap shop items, new weapon camo at the Zig Shop, and new quest trigger at the Rising Weapon Badge 5 Exchange Shop.
Oh, nice.
Go ahead.
What were you... No, I just said, oh, nice.
I was not expecting them to turn that urgent quest into a trigger, I'll say that.
Which urgent quest is it?
Face of the Abyss.
Oh! They actually turned it into a trigger.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
So now you can now you can just spam it for your Darkstone Deimos.
Nice.
And what were you about to say?
No, that's cool. That's nice.
Okay. Alright, so flower viewing lobby. Watch the Sakura Splendor taking place in the shopping plaza as the cherry blossoms fall. Quite the scenic backdrop for some screenshots featuring the layering wear in the Spring Festival or other AC Scratch ticket collections. Be sure to capture all the shots you want before the season changes.
The cherry blossom, the flower of Japan.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, you want to take the screenshot before then, but we also got Screenshot Studio on the way, more than likely.
Yep. So you'll be able to get all the screenshots you want regardless.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Mission Violent Tremor. So, ARKS HQ has released a new training program, and it is available for testing in the Universal Ship Challenge lobby. This third iteration of a new multi-party ARKS training program will have up to 8 operatives exploring the old mothership, a fall spawn den, the underground shafts, and even the Cuento Castle ruins environments for a total of 5 missions. For this challenge quest, you'll be able to select a class set at the terminal before beginning the program, and this will determine your initial gear. Oh, one more thing. In addition to the normal classes, you can also select any of the Scion classes for your class set in challenge quests. These include Hero, Phantom, Etoile, and Lester, so do what you do best, ARKS, and nab those challenge miles. By completing Mission Violent Tremor, you may qualify to earn title rewards. The Violent Tremor Beginner will net you an Augment Transfer Pass, and the title Violent Tremor Explorer will earn you a Fluxio Juron Harmonizer. In addition, this weapon can be changed to other types at the Zig Shop without needing materials. And then, they actually have some correction notes here. Players can obtain several types of Fluxio series weapons via titles other than this one. weapons other than the Harmonizer can be exchanged to other weapon types at the Zeke shop without requiring materials.
Ooh,
and the
nice.
Harmonizer can only be obtained by getting the Violent Tremor Explorer title. So, and here is that Fluxial Juron here. Now, the thing with this this challenge mission is that depending upon how well you've done during the mission, it will actually change what the final boss is going to be. And there are even...
how does it change there?
So, like, in some instances, you go up against Masquerade, you might go up against Anga Fondarge, you could go up against a duo of the Hunars, and there's even a match against Sodam.
Oh.
And there is also a solo challenge available if you want to take it on, which will give you rewards for soloing the content as well.
Which is something I'm probably going to end up doing, since I don't know if this is going to revitalize challenge mode. Have you gone on and tried this yet?
I haven't yet. I was going to save it for my next stream.
Okay.
Which I'm hoping to do either later today or tomorrow at this point.
Alright. I might get on later on and try this out as well.
Well, good luck when you do.
Mm-hmm.
So, new items at the Challenge Miles Exchange Shop. That's right, Arks, you've got some new resources available at the Challenge Miles Exchange Shop number 1. Challenge quests like the new mission, Violent Tremor. You can get, looks like you can get the Weapon Enhanced Cap +1 or Ultimate Boosters. So, that's nice if you haven't picked up enough yet in order to grind up the cap on your... on the first stage of your Klaus weapons yet. And then we got new seasonal enemies. You've got the Elifrappy.
Oh, that's adorable!
Yep, and if I remember correctly, this came over from the Southeast Asian version.
Which makes sense, but it's still adorable.
Mm-hmm. And then you've got Niao here as well. Cherry Blossom Niao. In terms of what they drop, you can get the Elephant Fever as an augment from the Rappy, plus 10 HP, 5 Dexterity, and 10 melee defense. They also drop several camos here, including the Randall Orbit weapon camo, which works for every weapon except the Harmonizer. And then for Cherry Blossom Niao, they have the Sakura Fever, which gives you plus 5 HP, plus 1 Photon Point, plus 5 Dexterity, and plus 10 melee defense. And they have the chance of dropping the Blossom Rosa Partisan Weapon camo, the Cherry Branch, which is a Dagger Weapon camo, and the Sakura Backpack, which is a Katana Weapon camo, apparently.
Huh.
There's also a new swap shop item, so you can now exchange 13-star units for 5x cubes each. There are also some additional exchanges, so make sure to stop by the shop to see what you can get. You've also got a new Zeke shop item, where you can trade single weapon coated weapon camos for one that will cloak all weapon types. And then lastly, as we were mentioning before, you can now exchange Rising Weapon Badge 5 for the Face of the Abyss triggers. Moving on from there, we also have big news regarding the Mission Pass Gold tickets and select bundles, and that is that the Mission Pass Gold ticket is being discontinued. Now, it's interesting here. They only talk about the Mission Pass Gold ticket. They don't actually talk about the entire Mission Pass. So
yeah,
we'll have
but
to see.
I'm guessing that they probably are removing the entire Mission Pass thing.
It's very possible, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we are currently in the middle of the final Mission Pass that will support the Gold ticket. After that one, the Mission Pass Gold ticket will be withdrawn from the SG shop. Now, on the Japanese side, you were able to trade those in for an EX Tri-Boost plus, I think it's 250? So, or at least that's what the plan is, so I guess we'll see if that comes over to the global version as well. And then they're also discontinuing some item packs as well that you can pick up through the Steam, Epic Games, and Windows Store. But speaking of this Mission Pass, Season number 16, with this one, you can get yourself, of course, the Power Stone Grille, as well as some Darkstone Daimos. You've also got Luma Galak weapon camo. That seems to be for the Rising Blades. You got the Flight Goggles, Cherry Blossom Tree furnishing item. The Tri-Dango weapon camo. Cherry Blossom Afro. Go ahead.
I've been hearing about the Dango, and is mostly because of Monster Hunter Rise. I really want to try Dango myself.
I'm not exactly certain what's in there.
I don't know exactly what Dango's made of, but that, like I said, it's something I want to try.
So that's a crazy afro to have there.
Oh yeah, it's a great afro.
Yep. And then looks like you also get the Kandama here, which I think that's an emote, or it might be a weapon camo.
I believe that's an emote.
And then you've got the gold tier rewards. You've got the Bito Macaron, both the water and yellow color, as well as the Odango style hairstyle. You've got the Wignir female cast set, as well as the crescent head and the decorated Haori outfit for the males. The blaster unit accessory, as well as the Baldur male cast set. If you wanted to get some extra arms, you can put supplementary swords on them. And then you've got the winged hair, which I'm trying to remember, is that Hiachi's hairstyle? From Tekken?
It looks like Heihachi. Also, that squid hat.
Yep. And then, of course, you got the Luther camo accessories, which I think were featured previously as well. Let's see, you've got a perfume headset, as well as, I guess it's an entire perfume set here. The Angel perfume, perfume Figtails, and the perfume wings. Divine Kaiser male cast set, which I think has been featured previously, along with the Alice female cast set. You can get a Tamahime number 2 mag transformation here. You've got the Virus robe, male and female, as well as the Towel turban. And then you've got the Rollock male set, as well as the Dista lady for the female cast, rather. So yeah, it's not too much special in this one, if I'm being honest here.
Just the afro, honestly.
Yeah. But we do also have a new AC Scratch in play here, so let's go ahead and take a look at this.
Alright.
Starting off with the Ignis. As well as Agito's clothes.
It's an interesting design, especially with all the tethered cloth at the ends. Fornus Fugit. It's like half of light, half dark. So it's a multi-layered set here. Oh.
Yep.
Items below are equipped besides the outfit for the reference. Oh, okay.
And if you haven't realized it yet, these are all weaponoids here. Except for the cast sets, of course.
Yep, of course.
Once again, another color variant this time around. And those look like, actually looks like a pretty interesting wing set there. Ah, and we got some new poses here.
Oh, the weaponoid poses.
Hey,
there we
the
go.
Tuna. And then there's your Elder Pain. Yeah. Let's take a look at what else we got here. Of course, we got the Eldertros suit.
Oh, that suit is so cool.
Yep. It's a shame we never got the Birdling set from the Shining Force collaborations, though.
Yeah.
But
come on, that suit is so cool.
Along with the Elder Pain suit. And then the Space Tuna dress. And then, moving down to the accessories here, you got an Elder Pain hairstyle, which basically just gives you horns.
Nice.
And you've got different eyes types here. The Up Leon eyes is kind of an interesting color there. And you can get yourself a half mask if you want here. Or a half-corroded face, I guess. Along with corroded cyber eyes as well. And then, yeah, you got a bunch of these floating accessories here, which could pass for mags, to be honest.
Oh yeah, they definitely could.
And the Space Tuna caps. And if you were looking to get a new shield, here's the Cavalier shield set.
Cool. I like the design.
Yep.
And you got on both left and right and multiple versions of it.
Also got these photon bats here as well. So if you want to go with a little bit of a Halloween theme, there you go.
Bit early for Halloween, but I guess you could do Spooky June. No, it's Spooky May. Yeah, Spooky May.
Alright, your elemental transition for this AC Scratch is Lightning. You get a bunch of emotes here. And then for your bonus rewards, so at 15 you get Weaponoid Furnishing Set number 4, which appears... Actually, all these sets appear to be posters here. And then at 45 scratches, you get the Vocal Performance number 8. And then, of course, we got an update to the Fun Scratch. Zance?
Alright, yeah, fun! Almost forgot there.
I was waiting for you! Okay, so, got the typical assortment of hairstyles, as well as eyelashes and eyebrows. You got a medical cap, if you want to put something like that on. Just call yourself a healer. You got the slouchy boots. Interesting with the toe up like that. You've also got the Carp Streamer accessory. And a whole bunch of stickers. And then after that, we go into the repeats from last week. The Apostle Helm being, I think, one of the better ones that you can get out of that. As for your emotes for this fun scratch, you've got the 138 Form a Line and the 131 Can't Wait. And your furnishings are from the log cabin this time. Alright, there's also an AC shop sale going on here. This is going to be until the 4th. And basically, if you have not used any of the extended storages before, aside from the first one, you can pick those up at 500 AC. And if you pick one of those up, you get yourself a free Tokyo bonus key rainbow with those.
Ooh. Now they're actually worth it. Like, remember when all these AC shop sales had the useless escape dolls in them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, none of them have them anymore, and these are all 500 AC.
Yep. Yeah, in this particular case, well, let me relate something from the Japanese side of things here. Way back, like 5 or 6 years ago, when PSO2 was really starting to pick up in popularity, Sega did a combo deal that basically gave you one ticket for each of these, Storage 2, Storage 3, Storage 4, and Storage 5, and it was at, I think, a 50% discount, if I remember correctly. But we're not seeing the same kind of discount here, so it's a shame that Global never got that, but at least they got a little something if you've never used it before.
Mm-hmm. And I never have used those extended storages, never really felt the need to.
Yeah, I gotta see how things are gonna shape up for New Genesis in terms of my storage. Alright, we also have an update to the ARKS Appreciation event here. Let me scroll down to that here. Yeah, here it is. So, they updated the rewards here. So, for this week, if you complete the urgent quest Swirling Inferno on the ARK ship one time, you're going to get the 382 Ready Staff. And then for the special mission Tokyo Gold, if you complete that twice, you get the 591 Episode Oracle Comms emote. And that's what that looks like right here.
Also, I just love the little Risa chain there. It's just cute.
Yep.
That accessory, yeah.
And then next week's got updated as well here, so completing 2 special mission Tokyo Gold. That's going to give you the Heretic Morte, plus the 310 Hagith Femp emote. Ooh. And that one basically lets you fire missiles out.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the boss in episode 4.
Yep.
$2 million dedicated ARKs. But yeah, we got PSO2 day tomorrow. Woo! It technically starts today at 8 p.m. though. Woo!
Yep. So, you got your typical assortment of Star Gem tickets, your Tokyo bonus key gold, as well as your Magatsu bonus key silver. So, get some Star Gems from that as well. And you got your typical boosts as well. Combine that with the other boosts that are going on right now, that is a bunch of experience coming in if you've been saving up keys for this PSO2 day.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect for you to get those Star Gems for getting classes to level 100. Alright, and with that, let's now move on to Idola. So actually, a quick announcement from the global side. They said that Chapter 15 of Episode 1 is supposed to be coming this week here, so we'll see if they're able to keep that promise here. As for the Japanese side of things here, we got a Step Up Star Festival for Giselle Memories. So this is what that card looks like here. And with Step Up, the way it works is you go through a series of rounds, At the end of each round, you can pick the character that's part of the step-up gacha. And then they have a character achievement symbol here, Flutter Lil Bird. At the start of the first battle, apply attribute value cap increase Earth of 2. And it has a potential ability, also increase the max HP by 20% and defense by 10%. There's also a brigade battle coin boost period until May 11th.
And once again, it's a sale for the whales.
Yep, just another Platinum Doll pack sale. And then we have the 2.5 year anniversary Eve 5-star guaranteed gacha here. So, with this 10-pull banner, you are guaranteed a 5-star at the cost of only 2,500 diamonds, or star diamonds rather. As part of the lineup, some episode 2 characters that appeared since March of 2021 will be included in the lineup. This gacha can only be pulled once per account and can only be pulled on using star diamonds. Gacha tickets do not apply. Alright, and with this you're going to get the Giselle Happy New Year, or potentially the Stella Chocolates of Hidden Desire, Mirabelle, Matoy Holy Night Incense, Gerda Witch of Leoria, and Io as potential rewards. And you also get a Platinum Doll for pulling on that. There's also a paid 2.5 year anniversary 2 times 5-star guaranteed gacha. So if you pay 5,000 star diamonds, paid star diamonds that is, then you're going to get yourself at least 2 of these characters here. And they say here 3-star characters, collaboration characters, and symbols cannot be obtained from this, so that locks all those out. You also get a 10-pull reward of 2 Platinum Dolls. There is also a reprint of the limited special training quest Amane's Special Training Dojo. That's going to be around until May 25th. There is the Level Max Pack sale. And with that, looks like that's another thing for the whales here, but you actually do get some decent stuff with this.
And it's not too expensive.
Right. Yeah, you get 2,500 star diamonds paid, so that's actually not that bad from the start here. You get 5 glorious star stones, 550 rainbow EXP books plus 3. So I think that's what they're saying here about level max, that 550 would take you straight from level 1 to level 100. You also get a mysterious crystal, a fate diversion scroll, and 3 million Meseta. So, if anything, this one is at least somewhat decent.
Yeah. It's not too expensive and have a lot of useless junk in it.
Right. And that does it for Idola. So, we've got one more update for you here today. And that is from Clementine. So let's take a look at that. Actually, let me scroll this up here. And zoom it in a bit. Here we go. So Xance, do you want to start this off?
Yes. So they're expecting to do an update on May the 7th, but anything could change, so they'll let you know if things do. So there's going to be some new updates coming into Clementine. Basically, a rehaul of the grinding system is the big one here. So before anything, we want to elaborate more on the grinding system changes. In the previous post, we said that the overall chance to obtain a 1010 for S rank would be slightly lower, around 3.6 to 3.8%. The rates for S ranks have been lowered slightly further, along with A rank, and the rates for B and C rank have been increased to help new players with grinding weapons. Why? Because the change that removes weapons from degrading from their 1010 potential, it's important to keep the challenge of obtaining 1010 weapons intact. Our plan is to start lower rather than higher, and amend those numbers where and when needed. Additionally, to address players concerned about already broken weapons not being restored to their 1010 potential, this one is a little tricky for me right now. I'll look into it and try to find a feasible solution, and if I can do it, then I will do it before maintenance. Can't promise anything though. So yeah, they're changing the weapon grinding system to where the potential will never go below a max grind of 10 anymore. So if you fail the grind, it'll just reset back to 0, 10, and then you can just try to get up to 10 again.
Yep.
So grinding is still a meseta sync, but I find that more of now, instead of both a meseta and time sync if you failed, it's now just a meseta sync.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's still better than what we had in the original Phantasy Star universe, as you were saying earlier, in that the weapon would just flat out break.
Yep. Which is dumb. I just, it's dumb. You spend so long trying to find that rare weapon, you finally get it, and then it breaks. Why?
Yeah, it was a thing of its time.
Like no other, like I don't know of any other games that would do something like that. That's just, I think that was a way just to extend people playing online for longer, but so dumb. Anyway, so we got prototype weapon systems. So this is something that they talked about earlier in their plans for the future. L-Sword, but that was fixed. Okay. So L-Sword apparently had that kind of system as well. All right. So prototype weapons that we mentioned in the last post have been experimented with and have we have implemented the base foundation of the system in order to see how a mechanic like this would work with PSU. The prototype weapons are designed to add more rarity to the weapon selection available in the game. While these types of weapons are rare, and you should not expect these types of weapons to be common, they are going to be necessary for doing any content. They're not going to be necessary for doing any content or missions. They're simply a flex. Rarity with very small boosts. Yes, flex on everyone. Perfect. Naming conventions of these weapons will be altered depending on the weapon's original name and its attributes. So if it has AR, then attack range is increased, which is for striking only. SE is side effect boost, which is range and technic only. Amp F amplifies damage dealt with fire element weapons and proton arcs. And NV, no variance, does not apply to weapons that already have 0 variance. These abbreviations will be appended to the weapons' names with a prototype code to distinguish any weapons that might have same abbreviation. Alright.
Yep, and they give an example there here. Yep. The G and MR NV 1404 for a golden Miller replica with no variance.
And now we got a daily quest system being implemented, the Guardians quest system. In an effort to help new players get started with PSU, as well as older players having something to do, we have implemented the Guardians quest system, abbreviated as GQC, or GQS, which is a daily and weekly questing system with rewards. So pretty much similar to what Official had with the Guardians Boost Road. If I'm correct on that, right?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, so Guardians Boost Road was a system where you would do a set of missions, and it would be on a monthly rotation. And the more you did those missions, the more your drop rate increased.
Mm-hmm.
So it was much easier to get specific weapons or items that you were trying to hunt for.
Yep, if the mission was in the rotation there.
Yeah. So it's just, but in order to have the drop rate increased, you needed to go through all those missions at least once. Because if you just sticked with, like, if 4 missions were on the rotation, if you just stuck with 3 of those missions, your drop rate would not increase because you didn't do that 4th one.
Correct.
Hey, Lord Samuel, welcome. So yeah, this is mostly just a daily and weekly quest system thing to get people to do other quests. So, each player will get 5 quests, which will include 3 daily and 2 weekly. As their name suggests, daily quests will refresh every 24 hours, and weekly quests will refresh every week at 0000 UTC. Of the 5 quests you receive, 2 daily and 1 weekly will be static, while 1 daily and 1 weekly will be dynamic. Your current quests can be seen in the second player status page. Oh, you came back to 14. Nice. So the second player status screen, I remember they do talk about the status screen here a bit more, so we'll talk about that later. Static quests do not change upon refresh and will always be the same for all players. The dynamic quests will pull from a list of possible quests each refresh, meaning players will not always have the same quest line as each other. Possible dynamic quests would include defeating a specific enemy a certain number of times or defeating a specific boss a certain number of times. Oh, okay, so they're like actual quests and not like, oh, just do this mission.
Yep.
That's actually nice. I like that.
Yeah, it's a bit more in line with PSO2's missions.
Mm-hmm. You'll be able to receive unique rewards from these quests, benefiting both new players and old players. When you have finished a quest, you will receive a simple mail from the server stating you've completed the quest and received your reward. If you do not have space for reward, you will be told to make inventory space and revisit the quest page again to receive the reward. Completed quests will be marked in green. I actually like this system. It gives you it incentivizes people to log in every day in order to get that kind of stuff. So yeah, I like that. And It might also help me out with actually getting to leveling my ults. Boost items. We have also researched and implemented boost items, which will currently be tied to the GQS as rewards. These items will be located in the 6th inventory slot. They will provide different boosts such as increased EXP, MP, and even drop rate chances. They work similarly to how they did in Official, meaning as soon as you consume it, the timer will begin counting down. They will save the remaining time upon logging out, however. The remaining time for each active boost can be seen in the first player status page. So, the boost items, how they were in Official was they were tied to the Guardians cache. So it was a late addition to Official server.
Yep.
And if you don't know, Guardians cache is pretty much the same thing as ARKS cache. It was the premium currency, and you could only get these boost items through the premium currency. Fun.
Yep. Plus access to, I think it was like 1 or 2 special level up quests.
Mm-hmm. Which you had to pay GC directly to access them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, end of the life PSU was very pay to win.
Oh yeah. But it was how we got the PSP2 missions as well.
Mm-hmm. This is a big one though, right here. Server statistics player status page. We have revamped the player status page. The first page will now host calculated stats, active boost, and timers, as well as server statistics related to how many players are currently online and the current popular lobbies up to a max of 3. It will also display the number of players and parties in those lobbies. The second status page will be solely dedicated to the GQS. This is a nice addition because it is hard to figure out where most of the people are. Even in vanilla PSU, it was really hard to figure that out. Yep.
This was eventually implemented at the 4th floor or no 5th floor counter on the Japanese side, if I remember correctly. But it's nice to now have this on Clementine as well. So if you're trying to find a party, you can at least go to where the busy lobbies are and take it from there.
And finally, we got drops, loot, and the change trademark. In the recent past, we've planned to make a post dedicated to this and the problems that we face with PSU's drop mechanics in regards to not knowing how it worked officially. Because that post ended up being quite the size, we've instead opted to just go ahead with the changes and detail them here as best that we can. To avoid confusion similar to the DNR system in the past, we hope we will take your time to read this one and ask questions if you need to. Let's see here. So changed way that the parties interact with the randomizer. In the past, each party would access one common randomizer for a stream of random numbers, but this is no longer the case. Instead, each party will obtain its own unique and isolated randomizer, which will be reseeded upon mission creation. This is to help prevent the randomizer getting into a bad pattern, as well as to prevent everyone in the game from stepping on each other's chances. Having a bad rap? Just restart the mission. Well, that's nice. Changed the way that DNR and DAR works. Good. We removed DNR from the equation, and before you go screaming, but DAR is the source of all problems, it was fine before that. Okay. DNR is genuinely a problem in this instance. The way that DNR is implemented following Sega's implementation in offline mode does not work well with what we're trying to achieve. It does not work well for online nor blend well with other rates, which makes it incredibly difficult to mend, tweak, or modify drop rates on the fly with boost items. Therefore, DNR will be effectively removed from boxes. Ooh, boy. So what does this mean for you? All boxes will now drop either area drops or a main box item. There is no longer an instance where the box can drop nothing due to DNR. If a box isn't dropping an item, then the box broke. Report box will be fixed. That's nice. So basically, the ending boxes after you finish a mission, those will no longer drop Meseta because of DNR. That is very nice. Along with the removal of DNR, DAR will also be changed. It will no longer increase per party size, but will now be a static rate of 20% regardless of party size. DAR will take the role of DNR's old purpose of the tier down mechanic for boxes, so you will still be able to have a chance to receive the previous tier's drops. Because of this, you should be able to play missions in a party without feeling punished by the original DAR and DNR systems. Yes, I am the capitalist because I like getting items and making money. That's how I am with a lot of MMOs. Come on.
Yep.
Rogue siblings. Okay, what's this? A pair of rogues have traveled from Il Cabo Bay and stopped to set up camp at Vio Tonga. A brother and sister, these rogues are rumored to be selling unique blueprints for weapons not found anywhere else. If you're interested in what they have to offer, you might be able to find them camped out in the Fire Pit Cave. Okay. Interesting. And we got the dank crystal sneaker. God damn it. I actually noticed dark crystal sneaker. Yeah, I know. It's a common joke of always saying dank whenever you're saying dark. I make that all the time. So just seeing someone else actually do that. I don't know if I should feel proud or not.
Yeah, at least you're not going up against the Dank Falls.
Yes, Dank Falls. The dank, yeah. Oh, the way you take down the Dank Falls is you just throw weed at it. Anyway, a new exchange mission will be available at the 5th floor of the Guardian's colony. Plant Manual has been tasked with collecting Magispheres and is giving out unique rewards to Guardians who bring him lots of them. You will also be able to compress Megaspheres into Mega Drops, which subsequently will compress into Megaspheres. You wouldn't believe how much trouble this guy gave us. Fortunately, it did help us with understanding how scripts and exchange missions work. It's nice. Synthesis. All synthesis boards, current and future, will now reach 100% success chances as long as their respective PM field is level 100. Nice. I need to level my partner machine. Jeez.
Yep. Yep. And so now there's no reason not to have 4 characters, each one with a specific stat partner machine in there.
And we got an upcoming event coming. We've been researching and working on creating a new and fully customized mission for our next event. While this is still in the works and we're still learning and discovering how things work, we really hope to be able to share it with you soon. If all goes according to plan, this will most likely land mid to late May and run for approximately 3 to 4 weeks. This will be our first fully customized and scripted mission, and most likely will not be a Netflix watching mission. It's going to be challenging, and it's going to take players time to run. Because of this, we plan to make it rewarding for everyone involved. There's still more to be done, including into the update before it rolls out, mostly polished, minor quality of life changes and fixes, but we will include all of these in the patch notes during maintenance on, hopefully, May 7th, which is in 6 days.
Yep, so
did you read all of that? What a cool Gardena. Okay, bye, love you.
Yep, that sounds like that's going to be something along the lines of Bruce's Dungeon.
Probably. But yeah, I'm really excited for a challenging mission. Ooh.
Yep. And plus, we know that the master classes are also coming once they release level 100, which I think is coming with that next event as well, if I remember correctly.
Probably.
So, it'll be nice to finally get that going as well here.
Yeah, a lot of updates coming to Clementine, and I'm so impressed with how far this has gone. Do you remember back in 2016 or 2017, one of those years, during one of those test server eras?
Oh yeah, I have like 4 streams from that era, and it was like you were lucky to make it into the next block without getting stuck.
Yeah, man, it's come so long since that time.
Yep.
Really happy with how Clementine has turned out now. Much respect to the developers working on this.
Yep.
And I'm hoping that things just improve further from here.
Agreed.
But yeah, I think that's all that we have, or do we have anything else?
That's pretty much all that I had. Next week is going to be a big question mark in terms of if there's going to be a show or not. We're going to see if maybe we can, if we're able to get Phantasy Star in for an interview. But if not, it might be another off week for us.
Yeah. Well, we'll probably be playing Clementine at that point then, since the update will be next week.
Yeah.
And then the following week, new Genesis beta. Let's go.
Yep. Yeah, I can't wait. And then the launch the month after. It's looking like that's probably going to be the week of the 22nd, but we'll have to see on that one.
Yep. We got a lot of stuff coming up here, and we're hoping that eventually with more fantasy stuff going on here, we can start getting the ball rolling of getting more people, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much going to do it. And so with that, that brings us to the end of this episode. On behalf of Zance and myself, thank you for joining us today. Day has dawned. Have a great day, everyone.
Johnny.